Hi, it's Martin, and we're at the end of week 2, more or less, and I'm going to give you the quick recap and your action plan for this week so that you can move forward. It's important that you keep momentum, you keep chipping away at this so that we can get you moving forward quickly. And I'm going to be looking at my screen again so that I can see exactly what you've covered this week, so I can have a quick look at my notes. Okay, so apologies for having to look away from the screen, but as you know, the course is huge and I can't actually remember every bit that's in it. So, in step 1, what do we cover this week? We talked about the kind of job you should be looking for in your day-to-day environment. That's really important. You need to put the pieces together. So rather than try and come up with a job title that's the magic job title that solves and answers all questions, what you need to understand is the component parts of what makes your job an ideal job. And if you understand the component parts, then you can piece it all together and you can make it up from anywhere. Without that, as I say, most people are chasing job titles, the right kind of job title, and really it's like chasing fairies. You're not going to catch one. They don't really exist like that. It's something more fundamental you really need to understand. We also talked about how psychometric testing's used. So there's a lot about work environment this week and who's using what they're going. We also get into some questions, which was from the sort of step 3 of things, where we're looking at the actual interview side of things, and I covered some questions, very common questions that we get asked. I know these are things that are real important to you, and it gives you a lot of comfort when you can see stuff there and you can think about and prepare your answers. We also looked at the people you work with and your boss, and yeah, a lot of stuff from step 2 this week. And then I think we finished on another step 3 point, where we really get into start to talking about how you control the interview and how important that is. And that really is important because I'm just looking at my notes, one more thing. If you know how to control an interview, if you know how to make that conversation go the way it needs to go, then you're in a much stronger position, because remember, it's not a pub quiz. It's not the person who answers the most questions and gets them all right that wins the prize. That's not how it works. And interviews are all about personality. They're all about you getting the real you across and delighting and exciting people. And that's the thing to take away from this week. So you need to really start thinking about, okay, what are the real qualities? If you to break it down into 2 or 3 sentences, or 2 or 3 things, what is the taste that you want to leave an interviewer with? This is where we're getting into. This is the stuff we're starting to talk about now, and you need to keep thinking about that. So remember, interviews, the whole process is about personality. If it wasn't, you would just fill in a form and submit it, and some computer would figure it out, and they would run an algorithm and do an analysis on all the applicants that they come in, and therefore the computer could figure out who was the best in terms of the algorithm. That's not how it works. It's a human thing. It's all about human stuff. Trouble is, most people leave their personalities in a box at the door before they walk into the interview. That can't be you, and that's what we're doing with this. So that we started to get into some of that in step 4, in step 3 there. So this week, again, there's still a lot of stuff in step 1, quite a lot of stuff in step 3. So yes, you're looking at your environment. Start to understand the component parts. Don't chase this magical job title. I do get people asking me every day, oh, give me a list of job titles that you think I would be good at. It's bonkers. I mean, I used to do this, and I have to say, it just doesn't work. It's a really blunt instrument. But you have to understand the component parts and the why. So that's understanding that environment is really the key thing. It's one of the most difficult things, and it's worth spending the time on. Okay, so that's my tip for this week. Don't chase job titles. Think about what you really need and what it is, and figure out the component parts, and we add more and more of those components every week so that you'll get a more and more detailed picture. You're always building levels and layers onto the picture. More and more clarity comes with that, rather than a blinding light that's going to hit you like a thunderbolt from the sky. That's not how it works. Okay, so I think that's all I want to say this week. Of course, before I go, if you've got a couple of weeks under your belt, you probably should be thinking about joining me in the live chat sessions. I tend to like people to have 2, 3, 4 weeks under, just so I don't have to repeat stuff in live chat when it's actually covered better in the course. That's the only reason. But you know, if you've got a pressing question or something that you want to ask, just come on, get involved in the live chat sessions. Believe me, that's where you're really getting your bang for your buck. And we'll see if we can answer it. And of course, if it is in the course, I'll just tell you, look, that's covered next week. So let's just be a little patient until we get there. Okay. So see you in the live chat. And remember, when you come to live chat, make sure you know where you are on the personality map. I always ask, it's really important for me. I think that's all we need to do today, and we'll catch you next week. Cheers for now.